Today's horoscope and tarot reading from Astrocademy, Sagittarius March 26, 2022. Today you could spend time with lots of family members. It's a great day for parties, celebrations, and get-togethers of all kinds. Invite cousins, siblings, and extended family over for a party. Get caught up on family news if you haven't spoken to everybody in a while. Play with your little nieces and nephews, because soon they'll be all grown up. Focus on all the blessings and adventures that you have had with your relatives. Your sensual side is likely to show itself today, and you might find yourself viewing young folks in tight jeans more appreciatively than you usually do. Racy novels and movies may also suddenly seem appealing. Romantic encounters are intense and passionate, so make sure you allow plenty of time for them. Enjoy yourself. Plans for working at home at least part of the time might be becoming reality. Your mind is very much right now on home and family, and so you might be thinking about leaving the rat race of the city and creating your own office. Success is highly indicated, so it's well worth going for. If you start planning today, you might have it worked out in no time. You may not understand what all the fuss is about today. Suddenly there is a fire brewing all around, and you may be left questioning the motivations behind other people's actions. Realize that you may not be able to make heads or tails of the situations around you, so don't even waste your time trying to figure it all out. Simply let it be. Take a hint from others that you may need to add a bit of spark to your own life to spice things up a bit. Use this time to renew contacts with your family. They will be pleased, and you might even be able to resolve old conflicts as a mediator or by taking the first step to clear matters up. The constellation is favorable for burying the hatchet once and for all. Try to nail down the ideas that sound best in the moment and round up folks to help you make them a reality. After all, inspiration is coming at you faster than you can process it. In touch with your emotions, you are fortunate to be so clear about your feelings, which helps you decide exactly what to do. Whether you are looking for casual dates or interested in starting a more serious relationship, you make the right choice. Start planning how best to pursue your own happiness. You may run into trouble if you try to penetrate too deeply today. Try to keep things light and energetic if you can. Ironically, the harder you may try to push to get something done, the more roadblocks you are apt to encounter. Things will flow easily if you are willing to let them. Give up some of your control and let a more whimsical energy lead the way. You will be supported in your love life, but you will also be going through a period of work and great responsibility. You may have some problems with those you work with because they have some revolutionary ideas concerning work that will generate some conflicts. You appreciate a certain amount of change and newness, but refuse to question how things have been set up by some of your family and friends. You like to hang on to what you know, and so find comfort in the family nest. Today is a day to shine, so make sure you are giving it your all. Be sure that you are getting the credit you deserve for all that you do. Try not to fall into a mode of self-pity. Be yourself, and people will naturally follow your lead. Now is an excellent time to make some plans for the future. Stay grounded and on target with your goals. Make sure you are not thrown off course by other people's whims and motivations. As he moves into his final 3 weeks in your relationship sector, Mars has the benefit of not only having Venus moving slightly in front of him, but drawing closer to an alignment with the asteroid Juno over the weekend. This is something that will bring the planet of love and the queen of commitment, and especially commitment to your relationships, together, giving you a better sense of what you want from your relationships and what they need from you. This in turn will give Mars a better sense of what to fight for. 2 days after Venus moved into her final 2 weeks in your relationship sector, Mars moves into his final 3 weeks here today. Having returned aligned, the planets of love and passion are separating, with Venus becoming more resolved and Mars continuing to see you fight for what you want from your relationships. Your tarot reading for today. The Lovers, the Devil and the Empress. The cards drawn here indicate a change in your personal life, which could happen in April. The idea of a transition is dominant, between a rather negative period and a positive period. You have obviously been in a rather difficult period for several weeks, and the cycle will reverse soon. This is the meaning of the message that is found here. The difficulties you have experienced have strengthened you and will pay off in the end. Indeed, both financially and professionally, it hasn't always been easy, and despite the concessions that you have made, you are still waiting for results, and you get the impression that it is never going to end. And rightly so. Many times you thought you had reached the end of the tunnel, and at the last moment there was more bad news, which pushed the end away again. You see this as an injustice, and don't understand why fate is treating you like this. This time might be the good one. The figure on the third card is the symbol of the light coming back to you. In other words, luck is turning and putting itself on your side. This luck is not related to chance, but to the end of a cycle and the renewal of things. Your destiny is now entering a new phase where you will find yourself on paths of happiness and where the negative won't be following you around anymore. Congratulations, a new life starts tomorrow. The cards you have drawn are auspicious for the future and herald a prosperous period full of happiness and success. It seems that if you want to achieve things in your personal and love life over the coming weeks, you have all the cards you need in your hand. Our eyes in the sky. An especially cosmic day is here, as the stars above us engage in a dazzling heavens dance. At the very onset of the week, our great taskmaster planet, Saturn, goes retrograde in Aquarius. For many months, he has soared rapidly through this realm, bringing life lessons to all things Aquarian. Quiet time spent in reflection is highly recommended because the moon opposes Neptune later in the morning, making us all overly emotional wrecks. This also brings even more chances that you'll simply have the wrong idea about everything. Be careful also not to over-idealize anyone. Someone could easily take advantage of you if you put too much trust in them. Later in the evening, the moon trines Pluto, and you may not be able to see how much influence people you admire have over you. Be careful and make sure that they aren't manipulating you. This would be an ideal day to have a psychic reading or therapy session because it could expose secrets from past lives or reveal things from your subconscious. Because this is an inquisitive transit, you might find yourself wanting to discuss psychology as well. Ask questions, but be careful not to seem obsessive about it. You aren't the only one who isn't perceiving everything exactly right. There's a late afternoon Moon-Pluto trine that puts you in touch with your more sensitive side, and you might even feel a clairvoyant charge. Take full advantage of getting insight into what someone close to you might be thinking, because you can use what you learn to strengthen your relationship with them.